Earthlings. I'm doing this ad hoc here for a very specific reason and a very specific request. I would like to ask our audience. I don't know how long it's going to go, and I want to be very nuanced when I present this. I am Mike ML, as I go by on YouTube, Sofa King Jewish. Also have the also am a co-host for our weekly show called The First, the Last of Nerdom. That's our channel on YouTube. We cover many different things. And as time has gone on, me and Tom have my other co-host who helps me run the show. We love to. Who doesn't love a good soap opera, right? So you have soap operas in real life, and we all catch drama. We like to see the train wreck as it goes. In a moment, I'm going to share with you a very important thing that I would ask folks to. I'll get to that part in a minute. But anyway, first things first, I would be remiss if I didn't recommend our YouTube channel. The First, the Last, the Nerdom on YouTube. And I guess I could probably bring it up here without talking about the main event here. Might as well get our plugging thing going since everybody and their brother does it. And we will be no different. Oh, let me find my Reddit here. No. You know what? I have that. I'm going to bring up through the magic of technology, I will be bringing up the show space that has all the bona fides instead of trying to recreate it when I already have it. Just got to touch on these, and then I will here. Let me share out my screen here. And God bless you for sticking with me. Just give me a moment here. Oh. There we go. Share. All right. What I'm sharing right now, actually, I like this view better. Anyway, no, the other way around. Right. Yeah. So anyway, I am Mike ML, co-host for The First, Last of Nerdom. Also out on 8-Bit, my main website I use for current events and opinion things. This kind of blurs the line of this, and I'll get into that in a moment. But 8-Bit, here. Talking about it. 8-Bit, 8bit.inc is my website where I tackle some of the more spicy current event things. Also, Tom is our chief director over Twitter X, as well as our Reddit. You can catch us there. This is the more lighthearted side of the video tonight, like where we just covered nerd culture, not really culture things, but nerd. Movies, cult classics, that sort of thing. We just did a live stream this past Sunday, Father's Day, over the episode 1 of House of the Dragon, season 2, episode 1. Go check that out. Also, we did The Lift, and we did Old Boy and some other ones here too. Also covered Furiosa. Anyway, that's a lighter side of life. But anyway, you can again check us out on Twitter, but we're mainly on that. I don't have my personal YouTube page up right now. That's okay. What I'm driving at here is this is the Yats page. The kids have the link tree. This is my private page, which is streaming out to right now. I'm also streaming out on Twitter. I'm on the First, Last of Nerdom YouTube channel, streaming out live, as well as my Facebook, my private Facebook. Anyway. What is this about? That's one thing. I just wanted to kind of catch that up, and I'm going to bring the main event here and quit burying the lead. Tom and I have a habit of covering some YouTube dramas that we have good overlap with, and one of those things was the downfall of Nick Rekieta, which happened a few weeks back toward the latter half of May. If you're not familiar with Nick Rekieta, he is the lawyer. The law pope, as his moniker evolved over time. He covered the Rittenhouse and the Johnny Depp trials. And there was a whole big thing that bloomed from it. Law tubers on civil law, um, uh, legal mind, legal mind something. I'm horrible. This is off the cuff. Anyway, Nick Rekieta got in trouble, got busted by the cops, raided, through a warrant legally served for shenanigans that he was doing. His personal life got a little bit messy, and him and his wife and partners, they are polyamorous swingers. I think that the term is, which is all fine. That's all fine. Whatever. It's drama. It's like red meat for drama, right? So we had Nick Rekieta go on, and Tom and I have kind of covered it here and there. We've been following it loosely, like just like rubberneckers. We're rubbernecking our way to watch as we pass by the car accident. We're looking at it like anybody else and commenting occasionally, mostly private. But we have held a number of things where we covered kind of Nick's kind of more looser drug induced paranoia and live streams. It's certainly entertainment. It is what it is. Nick and his wife can do whatever they want. But I would humbly ask the audience, and I have to do this as the duty of as a parent. I would ask you, and I have no beef with this particular page up here, and I'm not zooming in for a very good reason. That is at GUNTNEWS on Twitter. Gunt News. I don't know. They're as much of a news media site as my website is. So whatever. We're all press. Let's just do that. Obviously, they appear to be a news site. No issues with that, not at all. But there are certain things that even the media, even the lowest life, would never do. And we live in a global information access society. I understand that, but as a parent, Nick and his wife, it is what it is. It's entertainment. I feast upon their corpse just like everybody else. So blame me for that. That's fine. There's one thing that must be observed. No matter how bad you fuck up as a person, there are innocent people that are behind you. And what I mean by that is if you're a parent, and Nick and Kayla Rekieta are parents, and I've had to detach myself from kind of the play-by-play kind of thing, because after a while it's saturation. You get it. Nick is in trouble. He's doing his thing, whatever. Hopefully he's on his road to redemption, just like everybody else gets a thing. This is his first strike, whatever. We all fuck up. We all, whatever. Substance abuse is horrible, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, there comes a point in time where you have to put your foot down and you have to stand up to this thing. I don't have a war or a bone or a battle to pick with Grunt News. But when I logged in this evening, and I saw what I saw, this organization, this Twitter account, published everything. Normally that's fine, but when you are publishing court documents that say the names of minors, of children who are completely innocent in all of this, and their date of births, okay, you need to redact that. I would humbly ask people to report this initial link that I have, and you're gonna have to find it yourself, because I will not be party to propagating out. This is a delicate balance I'm doing. I would normally share this link out 100% for information purposes and whatnot, just so you could. The only bone that I have to pick is page 2 of this thing, and he kind of goes. You can read the thing for yourself. I'll read it out. GNN, yada yada yada. It's some other news site released records concerning the welfare of Nick Rekieta's children. The records show Nick and Kayla Rekieta made no legal motion to intervene to get their kids back and have it submitted to drug tests. Also, their 9-year-old tested positive for cocaine. Whatever. Don't have a problem with that. That is as it will be. But if you go into and you look at the documentation that he shared, or that this person shared, they, them, shared, he, she, whatever they are. It's egregious. You cannot publish documentation, court documents, without redacting children's names and date of birth. That is not fair to them. That is not fair for the general public to know all of this. And I don't really care what cesspool Twitter is or Facebook or that. Freedom of speech, absolutely, except when it comes to minors. Court documents like this are not okay ever to share out a new. You have an ethical obligation if you have some kind of piece of court data and your job or your business or whatever is propagating public information. That's fine. That is fine. We need people to report just this one post. I don't want Nick's kids. I don't want their names and their dates of birth on this out in the public. That is not fair. That is not fair. That is not fair. It is not legal either. We cannot have this. So I would deeply appreciate it if people could go on Twitter, if you have an account, and report just this one account, just for private information. That's all. That's all. I'm not trying to knock them down and saying they can't publish everything else. It's just that the second page on there has the names and the dates of birth of the children. These kids did not ask to be born to Nick or Kayla and have them be their parents. That is what it is. This is a nebulous situation, and it is what it is. I hope Nick and his wife get the help that they want and they need. And I am all for digging in on and being a fucking vulture on these kind of things. Like where it comes to drama, fine. If you're an adult and you fuck up and it's public, have at it. Have at it. That applies to me. It applies to Nick. It applies to Tom. It applies to everybody in the general public. But what you cannot do is you cannot willingly share non-redacted information with minors, with children's names and their dates of birth. That is something that I will not stand for. And then if I have nobody cares about me, I'm a nobody. I understand that. But if there are 33 folks out there that see this, I would deeply appreciate it if you could help protect the innocence of these kids. They didn't ask to be a part of this. Nick and Kayla can do whatever the hell they want. They can snort all the cocaine. They can do all the drugs, whatever. And it's a sad story in and of itself. But they're parents, and this is what it is. But you cannot share private details like this. And this is like I reported the post. I will try to reach out privately. But what's faster? I don't even think I can do DMs because I don't have a paid account on Twitter. That's one. And number two, this is the best that I can do with what I have to make the world a little bit better. If I fucked up and I were in Nick's shoes, let's just say, trade out, swap things, I would be mortified if somebody didn't have the common decency and ethical considerations and they would just share my kids' information and their dates of birth out there. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm going to assume that this was an oversight and assume benefit of the doubt. But but breaking GNN, I've seen a lot of foul shit on Twitter. There's some weeks like where I can't log in because I don't want to see an animal being shot or a human being punched or whatever, war porn, war carnage, whatever. Sometimes you can't even log into their website because of that stuff. Does that mean make me a baby? Maybe. But I am a human and I can only take so much gore, real world gore, so to speak, which is fine. Twitter is whatever it is. It's a dumpster fire. But you cannot publish court documents that hold children's names on it and share it out. I would really I'm sure it's thousands of more views by this point, but it says there's 5,197. That's fine. We can't have this stuff be out like that. There has to be a line of decency in our society. And sitting in the U.S., free speech person as well. I serve the military. I will die. I at one point in my life, I chose to raise my right hand. Doesn't make me special. I'm just another person. But at one point I did sign up to join the military and to serve up to and including my death for our freedoms. Also, all kinds of fucked up things. Write a check that the government can cash whenever they want. Could be whatever. Fortunately, I never encountered that, and obviously, I have long hair now. I'm a civilian now, but I didn't serve too long ago. But I didn't serve this fine country for douchebags to not have common fucking sense in their head and not at least redact or blur out their names and dates of birth. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to be somewhat civil, but the dad inside me that wants to protect these kiddos, they should be protected at all. There should be no mention of them in this whole thing. You can bat about. I saw Ethan Van Shriver do his little take on the kids should have stuck up. Whatever. I don't care about that. What I care about is protecting the innocent. And if you're worth your salt, or you're a parent, or you can put yourself in another shoes, please report GNN this one post that I have up here. Please report just that second image. You can just do the image, and it doesn't need to be out there. It can be out there, but redacted, right? And I know probably other people have already kind of jumped the gun, and I know in the society today, people just do that anyway. But come on, man, come on. I don't know who sees this or whatever, but please share. If anything, if you see anything, any court documents with obvious minor names and dates of birth, you should not be seeing that. Now, I can't put the pin back in the grenade, but I can use the sound of my voice and my platform to advocate for what is precious. There are certain things in this world and this life that are still precious. These kids had nothing to do with what their parents chose to do, or snort, or drink, or whatever. It's a tragedy. That is a tragedy in and of itself. But I would humbly ask for you to go to GNN at GUNT, Golf Uniform November Tango Nevada Echo Whiskey Sierra, if you're the military type phonic alphabet, at Gunt News Breaking GNN. Please report that. Just the one post. I want to be very precise and targeted on this. Just the second page has the children's names and their dates of birth. And I know I sound broken record here, but please report that one post. Just the one post. And this is not brigading, and this is not harassment. This is for the decency of civilization. We live in a society. I know that's kind of a funny Seinfeld reference, but we do. We live in a society, and if it were your kids, you would not, no matter what happened, you would not want their names, first, middle, last, and date of birth, to be out there. I don't have to list. I'm in security, cybersecurity. See many of these things pretty frequently. Nobody in their right mind would want their children's names, when they're children, to be put out like that. Where's our decency? So this is just kind of the thing, and I'm going to end it here and go away. And of course, I am selfish, so I had to do the plugging or establishing of the credentials, and I will again here. But if you like what you saw, the first lesson nerdum, we're on YouTube. Normally, this would not make the cut for our stuff, but this is a personal, private matter that I'm imploring. If you see this and that's still up, go to Twitter and see if it's hard because you call attention to it, more people are going to see it, but at the same time, you have to address the fault in some way. So that's my attempt, my attempt. And we're also on Reddit. We're also on Twitter. I have my 8-bit _Inc. Twitter account. Is what it is. It's whatever. This is that page that I was saying, and this are Yats. Anyway, if you can see it on the screen, and I'll read it again. GNN : KCHHS released records concerning the welfare of Nick Rekieta's children. The records show Nick and Kyla Rekieta made no legal motion to intervene. You get the point. The point is that the second one, this one of 3 tweets has their names, the children's names, not redacted. Let's fix that. Hopefully we can make that better. If you like what you see, you want a spicy take, that's on the 8-Bit Inc. side. If you want lighter hearted nerd culture, movies, films, that sort of thing, without the culture war horseshit, we just like what we like. We like to share that out. Shout out to Echo Base Network too for being such great host and bringing in the Lucasfilm employee from that. We all should strive to be good minches in the world and be good. If you're not familiar, a minch is just a good person, good human being. We should all strive to that. I know that we're all flawed as we are, but I really enjoyed. I want to praise Echo Base Network. They did that perfectly. They invited somebody on who was very worried about what they said online, and this all kind of plays into the Star Wars acolyte kind of drama. Week 2 or week 3 or 4, I don't know, depending upon how you count. But anyway, hopefully you took what I said to heart, and you will do. And I just realized that I didn't have my name tag set. I just have the period. But anyway, I've been Mike, and I'm gonna bring myself into the thing. Turn off that. All right, so I'm full screen. All right, cool. Hey, I've been Mike, ML 8-bit underscore excuse me 8bit.inc. The first last nerdum. Protect the kids. Protect the kids. They don't deserve to have their names and date of birth out there in the wild. That's egregious. And I'm really shocked. I don't want to get into a pissing match and insult this account too much but what's in your fucking head? What's wrong with you? And I'll leave it there because I can get pretty mean and nasty when it comes to kiddos and being a dad. We just had Father's Day last Sunday, for Christ's sake. We're not even 2 days from that, and then you got to put this out without a thought in your head. Come on, man. Come on. Do better. Be better. We're all human here. Anyway,